Good afternoon. I wanted to come and make this video because I wanted to show you not only what we do in our classroom, but I wanted to give you some insight on how to do it in your classroom as well. This channel or this video is geared towards laser engraving and 3D printing and different things, and I try to integrate them in both places, whether it be at home, in my shop, or in the classroom as well. So, as you know, that I am a history teacher, and I like to kind of think outside the box in terms of how I like to do things and to teach my lesson. So, kind of what I'm bringing to you today is 3D printing artifacts within a social science classroom. Um, I think that um, this is a way that we can revolutionize the way we teach history. Um, and it's something fun to do. It's fun for me. My students seem to like it. This is something that we 3D printed last week. This is a bowl from the Neolithic age, or the Stone Age. It's a stone bowl, and then here's a little another type of stone bowl, and you can kind of see the textures and all that in it in terms of the cracks in it and things like that where they put it back together at the museum. And then this is a Humbaba mask that we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. Uh, Now, the reason I do this is again to try to you know make students get a little more engaged in things. Like what I would do with these 3D prints is eventually I would use them in maybe some plaster of Paris, and then I would build a box and put it in there, fill it up, and put these throughout the plaster of Paris, and then we could have like a little archaeological dig in there. That's the goal. So that's the goal right now, is to get enough made where, because I can have these year after year, because they just never go away. And here's another thing that I printed, and I will try to give you an idea of what it looks like. So that's a cylinder seal plate. I should have printed it in a different color. You could have seen it better. But I was able to do this by number one, writing a few grants to get 3D printers. Um, and then I started out um, by contacting the Smithsonian. I was looking for 3D prints, 3D models that I could use, and I looked on like Thingiverse and different places, and what I found just by Googling is that the Smithsonian had several uh, several things that I could use um, in terms of 3D models, and then they 3D scan a lot of their stuff, so their artifacts. So I reached out to the curator, and I don't know if he wants me to use his name, but and they were very helpful in terms of how to integrate it and what to do, um, and the best equipment to use. And I also um, understood that 3D printing is something extra, and school systems are not prepared to foot the bill for filament and things like that. So I reached out to Auburn University, to a professor over there, or the department chair, and Auburn University has donated 10 rolls of uh, gray filament for these projects. So I was able to get that donated uh, just by kind of sharing my vision of what I thought that this should look like, and see um, what kind of impact it was in my classroom. So um, being able to find like different 3D scans and things like this, back. I started out with just a local scan, looking for things from Alabama, um, and I would go on and look, and there's a lot of freshwater mussels and things like that, but nothing really historical right away. I'm not sure about the egg carton. This egg carton is from the Nation of Islam, uh, in the American part of it, and founded in 1930. So I don't really know why the egg carton has an Alabama connection, but if we really got into that, we could find out. So, but our in terms of what we wanted to do with it in my classroom is just take lesson by lesson and try to find a 3D print or 3D model of some type of artifact. Basically, what I would do is I would just whatever I was teaching that day. Like this semester, I'm teaching eighth grade uh, history, world history. So I was able to come on here and go into eighth grade world history starts in Alabama from like the Stone Age, or I like to call it the Flintstones. The Flintstones all the way to probably the Dark Ages, are right around the Renaissance, depending on how much time we have, and go from there. But I was able to come in here and different Neanderthal type skulls that were found throughout uh, the world, and just things that they have found. Well, let's don't use that one. There was one that I used that was really good, and I can't remember now which one was it. It was intact. Um, I'll know it if I see it, but anyway, I mean, I was able to use these 3D scans, and you see that there's quite a few of them that in all different kinds of like this is Homo erectus, the cranium of Homo erectus, and this is between 1.3 and 1.0 million years old, and it it kind of tells where it was found, location of discovery, the site, all these things. Now, some of these, like this one, you can't download. You just download the metadata of it. But you can use this on a like a view board or something like that, or you can have them log in on Chromebooks or iPads or whatever, and go that way with it. So, but there's a lot of them that you can download, and you can 3D print within your classroom. So that was kind of the first. One of the first things. It wasn't the first thing, but it was one of the first things that I was able to print in my classroom, and give them an idea of, and hold something in their hands. They're not just looking at a picture of it. So when I went to prehistoric artifacts, the first thing that I ever printed in my classroom, and I can show you that because I remember it very vividly, because I was really surprised that it actually turned out really well. So I was able to kind of blow it up, scale it up a little bit so they could not really read it, but they could kind of feel the textures of the tablet, and things like that. So when I go in here, I can, print it off, and it kind of tells you what it is, and what it says on there. So they went in and translated it. And we're not going to get into that part. You can do that research yourself. But this was kind of the first site that I used, and I would, call different museums and see if I could come in and scan things, and no luck on that. Museums don't really want you coming in and scanning too much. They don't, There was a few like way far off that would have allowed me to do that, but I'm at a small school and it's kind of hard to just, hey, let's don't pay for anything but me to go over somewhere and 3D scan some artifacts. So that's really not something that they're willing to do. And if administration, if y'all watching this and you're willing to do it, let me know. I'm game. Um, but so I got to looking and searching, and what I found is you can go to Sketchfab. This is um, it says the best 3D viewer on the web. I don't know about that, but I do know that there are literally uh, it's literally a treasure trove of 3D scans of actual artifacts. So what I did is I started out and I just put museum in there, and then I hit collections, and I started going through. I'm not sure why they're not coming up. Maybe I spelled something wrong. Museum. Maybe if I try spelling it right. Yeah. All right. And then it's just literally, you know, just as many as you can go through. Just as many as you can go through. So I started. I mean, it's still loading. Still loading. I'm not even halfway through. So I started just kind of looking through. Now the British Museum is a pretty good one. There's almost 2,000 models, and then you can go down and kind of search what you're wanting through here. So when I went through and tried to find, uh, just finding things that I wanted something. Something like from the Epic of Gilgamesh. So we were studying that. Um, we were studying that, and we I wanted something that kind of coincided with that. So I went through, and sure enough, you know. I found this mask here, and this is it's listed as a Huwawa mask or a Humbaba mask, and it's basically you can do the research on it. It's a this guy right here was like the keeper of the forest, and Gilgamesh and his partner had to go slay him, and like I said, uh, you can do the the research on it. Now here's back to the actual thing. So you can go in here and view this in VR on a VR model or a VR headset, or oh, you can download it, which is what I did. I went down here and download 3D model. You'll see right there. I downloaded it, and the OBJ file, downloaded it, and I will move myself out of the way here. It looks like I'm in the way. So I downloaded the file, um, and there it is. So I open it up. I go to source. I go to OBJ again, and there is my scan. Now I would go in and rename that scan to what it is, and then I would just put it in a file ready to move over, and then I would open my slicer up and um, put it in my slicer, and then I could do I could do my supports. I could however you're 3D printing things. And you can do that part with it. Now, here's the cool part about it. So I can 3D print this in my classroom. I can 3D print this and probably 4 or 5 other uh, different artifacts. Like this is from the same time period, and you see that this is a cylinder seal, and it's got all of the different indentions in it and things like that. This is another artifact that I got off of this website, and I can either do the archaeology assignment, or I can tell them, hey, here's your artifact. I need you to research it. So when they go in here, and like I use Google Classroom, so I can put this information on Google Classroom. So I can put like a YouTube video on there explaining it. I can put like some questions and answers, like maybe a web quest, or maybe some type of reading comprehension something. But then I can put this information here, like I can click here, and this will take me to another 3D model, which is the Epic of Gilgamesh tablet, which the Peabody Museum houses. And this is the writing of this epic poem. Um, or I can go right here, Yale Peabody Museum of Natural History, the Yale Babylonian Collection catalog number, and I can click on the catalog number, and here's all the information from the actual museum, of what it is, catalog number, original number, the department that it belongs to, the summary data and description, what kind of materials, like it was made out of terracotta. So what I did is I ordered some ASA terracotta. It's got that little terracotta color to it. Now I could have done brown because the artifact kind of looks brown, in the picture, but it's made out of terracotta. So at one point, it looked like that. And there's so many different things I can do with it, but all the information here is from uh, is citable information, and it's credible information in terms of using this as a primary source. Um, and then able to, I can give that to the student, and they can do the research on it, and then do some more research on it, outside, some independent research outside the museum itself. So um, in a nutshell, this is kind of what I wanted to show y'all, and I'll attach the video of it actually 3D printing. But I wanted to show y'all this, and this is the kind of things that we're doing in our classrooms, and I think that if more teachers would invest in a 3D printer, you could print different artifacts, and it's not just world history. So if you go here to World War One, and then go to collections, there's a lot of things out there. Here's World War Two. Let's look at this one first. Uh, so this is locations of World War Two. Let's just look at that. It's different 3D models of different things in locations in World War Two. So uh, the, it's endless in terms. This is a heavy anti-aircraft gun. It's not downloadable, but you can use this on a viewboard of some kind, and you're able to kind of look at a 3D model of a anti-aircraft gun from World War II. Um, Same way here. This is a Fort Amherst bomb. Um, Now, this one is downloadable, so you can you can download it in it's as a 3D model, and so that's kind of what I wanted to show you today, and how um, how you can use these in terms um, of education. Now, 3D printers are used in several different ways, um, and in terms of what it um, what it can be used for. You know, in the shop, you can build all kinds of stuff, but you can integrate these different machines into education. And later on, I'll have a project that we do with a laser engraver, and within the classroom. Now, obviously, we're not just you know setting it up in there. We'll go into the classroom. I'll show you how I set it up to where we're safe and all those things. So uh, that's future from now. But this video, I wanted to just concentrate on what we're doing and the things that can be done here with 3D printing, and hopefully I'll have some laser engraving ideas that will help you. So I appreciate you watching. Again, I will post at the end of this video this actually printing, and then uh, you know we'll have some new new videos in the future. And I want to thank you for watching. If you haven't, like and subscribe this channel. It'll be a mixture of in the shop and in the classroom stuff in terms of integrating 3D printers and 3D and laser engravers inside the classroom. So thanks for watching, and then we'll see you next time.